welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily Grace and I am an embodiment coach, author, and podcast host of Guide to Wholeness, and I help you navigate the messy in between with confident choice and reclaiming your power in the process. So I'm excited to share this video with you today, talking all about goddess archetypes and how they can help you move through transitions and growth with support and understanding for yourself when you know which goddess archetype is emerging within you. So the basis of the goddesses that I'm going to share with you today are from the book Goddess Within. And it's a really dense book, around 500 pages. So I read it so you don't have to. And essentially, this couple who studied Jungian psychology, they did a lot of research around these archetypes and how they show up in women in our modern world. And these goddess archetypes are based on the Greek goddesses. And I'm going to touch on each of them today at a high level so you can start to get an understanding of which goddess may be alive in you. But I'll also touch on my own experience of learning about the goddesses and then sharing some examples of when I could see these goddesses coming up, even in my present moment. So I will say that the book goes into a lot of depth around the history of the goddesses, and it's very lengthy, but I will just at a high level share that the goddesses really came about because of the patriarchal shift in society. And originally it was one goddess, like there was a goddesses, and the split came when, the goddess had to be diluted of her power because patriarchal rule was happening. And so you'll see that when I share these goddess types with you, that essentially it is one all-powerful goddess, and we all hold each of these archetypes within us. It just has one or two that show up strongest, and they can change. So at different life transitions, you'll notice a different archetype coming into play. And what's really cool is that because it's split, even though that sounds pretty bad at face value, it's actually helpful because now whatever weakness of a certain goddess has, you can tap into the other part, other goddess that has a strength that will overcome the weakness. So you can balance yourself and really reach wholeness by stepping into a different archetype. And I'll share a bit more of the concrete examples on how to do that. But that's just some history around why there's multiple goddesses, and the book definitely goes more in depth. And at the end, I will share a quiz with you. I have a link where you can find out your goddess archetype, and you'll get responses around more in-depth guidance around how to embody that archetype, and I will share that at the end. So first of all, the goddess archetypes manifest from social conditioning and innate qualities that make each woman unique. And what I like is that there's different examples of power that we see in these goddesses, and there's different tendencies. So there's some that are more masculine, there are some goddesses that are more feminine, there's some that are more logic-minded, more heart-minded, and introverted and extroverted. So it really shows you all areas of the spectrum. So I want to talk about the goddesses first as an overview, and you might have heard of some of these or all of these, but essentially this goddess that we are diving in today is a psychological description of a complex female character type that exists within us, the women around us, and the images that saturate our culture. So start to think about, when I share these, what you recognize in yourself, in those around you, and in the media too. So we have Athena, and she is an independent warrior. We have Hera, she is a powerful queen. Then we have Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Artemis, the introverted hunter. Persephone, the enigmatic queen of the underworld. And Demeter, the nurturing mother. So these are the Greek goddess archetypes, and I'm so excited to dive into them, but just start to really see which one you're drawn to, because that's usually the one that is strongest within you and most alive and wants to come through. So those are all the goddesses at a really high level. I am filming a video for each goddess, so I'll do a deep dive into them so you can learn more about which one is strongest within you and how she shows up and how to connect with her, as well as her weaknesses and which goddess to slip into, try on, connect with, to overcome those blind spots, those shadows. And I also have a free quiz called Which Goddess Do You Need to Embody? And that is linked in the description of this video. So you can find out already what your goddess is that is strongest within you now. And then the complementary goddess will also be in there. And you'll also get a Pinterest aesthetic board that will give you ideas, visuals, rituals to connect with this goddess. And I'm excited to launch the individual videos, so subscribe here so you receive them for all 6 goddesses, and I will see you in the next video.